Monday morning and the school run is done. We are finally hitting that home stretch towards the summer holidays. And if you're anything like me, your kitchen is about to become a literal shit show. When we aren't road tripping off somewhere around the UK, I actually love getting creative with the boys. We do a lot of soap making, pouring candles, messing with resin, arts and crafts. Don't get me wrong, all right? It's a fucking mess. I've usually got wax on the counters, glitter in places glitter shouldn't be, and I'm questioning every life choice that led me to this fucking crafternoon. But it keeps them happy. It keeps them busy. And as moms, we do what we've got to do to protect our peace, right? Well, today we're heading to Italy in the 1930s to meet a mother who took the kitchen crafts to a place so dark it makes my resin spills look like a spa day. Leonarda Cianciulli was a doting mother of 4 who was absolutely obsessed with her children's safety. She wasn't making soap to pass the time. She was making it because she believed a blood sacrifice was the only way to keep her son alive during the war. I know I'm very protective, but this is bat shit crazy. This is the story of the Dark Mother's Kitchen, the season finale that proves the most dangerous place in the world can be the heart of the home. To understand Leonarda, you have to understand her fear. She had 17 pregnancies in total, 3 miscarriages, and 10 children who died in their youth. As a mom, my heart is aching for her here because that kind of loss changes a person. She became convinced she was cursed. Years earlier, a fortune teller had looked at her palm and told her, "In your right hand, I see a prison, and in the left hand, I see criminal asylum." When her oldest and favorite son, you're never supposed to have favorites, Giuseppe, was called up to join the Italian army for World War II, Leonarda snapped. She decided she wasn't losing another child to the universe. She believed in an eye for an eye theology, that to keep her son's soul on earth, she had to trade it for another. She didn't go out hunting strangers in the street. She looked at her friends. So much for your inner tribe, right? She looked at the woman who came to her shop for a chat and a bit of hope, and she decided their lives were the currency she needed to buy her son's safety. Right, so she targeted 3 middle-aged women who were all looking for a way out of their lonely lives. First, she targeted Faustina, who Leonarda promised a husband in another town. Next was Francetta. She promised her a job at a girls' school. And finally, her third victim was Virginia, a former world-class opera singer. Leonarda's methods were cold and clinical. She'd have them write postcards to their families and friends saying that they were leaving for something new and that they were going to look for a new life. And she would make sure that no one would come looking for them for a few weeks. Then she'd have them over for one last drink. And as soon as these women turned their backs, she'd hit them over the head with an axe. She was brutal, right? She was brutal. The things we do for our kids, insane. She dragged the bodies into a back room, and that's where the crafting began. She didn't just kill them. Guys, she processed them like livestock. She used a saw and dismembered them, catching every single drop of blood in basins, just like she had seen at the local butcher's. She was a woman who knew her way around the kitchen, and she applied those skills to human beings. So here's the part that's really going to make your skin crawl. Leonarda took the pieces of her friends and threw them into a huge pot with several kilos of caustic soda. It's apparently the stuff that you use to unblock drains. She stirred the mixture. Oh, it actually makes me sick talking about it. She stirred the mixture until the flesh dissolved into a thick, dark, stinking mush. She then added cologne and grease to mask the smell. She let it set and cut it into actual bars of soap. She gave these gifts to her neighbors and used them to wash her own children. I mean, imagine washing your kids with the woman who lived 3 doors down. But the blood was her special ingredient. She waited for the blood in the basins to coagulate, and then she'd dry it in her oven. Oh, I actually feel sick. Until it was brittle. She ground it into a fine-colored chocolate powder and mixed it with flour, sugar, chocolate, and margarine. She baked, I'm sorry, like I know I have like a laughing undertone, but I can't help it. Anyway, she baked these into tea cakes and served them to the ladies who would come visit. Oh, she even made her son Giuseppe eat them. She literally fed the community the remains of their friends, all while smiling and nodding like the perfect, hospitable Italian mother. You know, like my gut says to me, going forward, like if there's a lovely little neighbor who is very insistent that I try her home-baked biscuits, I'm going to get the hell out of there. The dark mother only got caught because she got a bit too cocky with the opera singer Virginia. Virginia was actually a big deal, and her sister-in-law became incredibly suspicious when she vanished into Leonarda's house and never came out. She went to the police, but they didn't believe that a kindly mother could do such a thing. It wasn't until they found Virginia's jewels in Leonarda's possession that the facade cracked. When she was arrested, Leonarda didn't cry or beg for mercy. In fact, she was proud of what she'd done. She corrected the police on the weights and the measurements of her recipes, making sure that they knew she was a professional. Leonarda was sentenced to 30 years in prison and 3 years in a criminal asylum. That's exactly what the fortune teller had seen in her palms decades earlier. She died in that asylum in 1970, still convinced she had done the right thing for her son. It's like, I don't know, it's the ultimate corruption. I guess, killing your tribe for your kids. Anyway, I'm off to go scrub last summer's resin off my kitchen table because fucking no one's done it. And I can promise you one thing. I'll be sticking to store-bought soaps and biscuits for a very long time. Oh, that's it for season 1. I'm Mrs. G. Keep your coffee hot, your vino chilled, hide the good snacks, and for the love of God, never trust a brown mark on your kids' undies. I will see you next season.